Are going now to Studio Red. Matt.
Thank you, Che. I have the current UC president, Samara Jones, with me. Thank you for being here. I know it's quite late.
Yeah, hello.
You don't even have to get elected and you're here.
No.
I want to start off, we'll get on sort of some of the campaign, but something that's happened in the past week is this letter released by all college chairs and presidents to you and to USU as an organisation, outlining what they see as their concerns with communication, with systems around finance and ticketing. What's sort of your response to the concerns that they raised?
So I sent back a letter to them last night that we'd written, and it was just kind of looking at a few of their responses, but part disappointment in just the way they did it, because actually we do normally meet weekly. So it's just trying to work out, do they not like the communications we already have set up and how we can work towards that? So we're going to meet next week to have a discussion as a group to work that out.
I think part of the argument they make is that they say that they raised a number of these issues around finance and ticketing in those meetings, and they felt that to go in public was a way to sort of push a response.
Okay, I hadn't actually heard them raise it.
They came on your way.
But I think it's one of those that we'll discuss at our meeting next week, and then we'll work it out from there.
And I want to ask a little bit about this election. So USU told us when they were preparing for it that a lot of the focus around, especially nominations, was around diversity. When you look at the candidates running to replace you, are you disappointed in the field?
I think there is maybe a bit of a lack of diversity, but at the same time, we've got to go off who we have, and actually just because someone might not be your classically diverse candidate doesn't mean they're not going to be a good candidate. So overall, I think we've got a really good broad range of candidates. We've got almost every position sort of have someone going for it, which is great to see.
And I want to ask quickly about the be the voice, not the noise. What does that mean to you?
So to me, it kind of is, we get a lot of people sort of almost shouting stuff just off nowhere, but they're not directing it anywhere. So instead of just saying something to your classmate and not actually putting that anywhere, be the voice, try and make the change, have a go at being in positions, or just try and engage it in some way, because you can't get anywhere by just screaming it at the lake in anger and screaming at some geese. So let's just work together. And
I think the criticism that raised of it is it sounds a little bit dismissive. So I want to read just one of the quotes that's on the poster that you use, which is, USU is a massively bureaucratic organisation that fails to represent me and I think the majority of the student body effectively. Is that just noise, or is that a legitimate opinion someone can hold?
I guess it depends what platform it's brought to with. And I'm quite a strong believer in, I welcome as many criticism as possible, but keep them constructive, because a lot of the time you'll say you shouldn't be doing that. And actually the answer is, okay, cool, what should we be doing? And it's until we have the constructiveness in the criticism, we can't really go anywhere.
And then I want to give you a chance to look back at the year, sort of from this time last year at Candidate Interview Night to now. What do you look back as the things that I say, I'm really proud I achieved that, and what are the things where you think, I might have done that a bit differently if I'd known what I know now?
I think it's a weird one, because you kind of run on a platform and then you get into post and your priorities start to change. So there was a lot of things around like the climate change and divestment campaigns that actually I'd been aware of it, but it had never been like a strong priority. I've always been aware of being environmentally friendly, but not on such a large scale. So it's little things like that, and that, yes, it wasn't our work that got it, but we got to see that pushed past the post from work of loads of environment and ethics officers, looking towards a lot of the more new achievements that the new Vice-Chancellor's pushing through, the win on Unity Health. It's little things that had kind of been on our radar that we've worked as a team that are becoming priorities now. So you run on one thing, but actually there's lots of other things that come up in your year and you take them and tackle them head on.
And the other side of it, sort of with hindsight, is there a different way you would approach things? Is there something you've learned that sort of you could pass on? Don't do this. I would have done it differently.
I was asked, I think it was News were asking me about this the other week, and I was saying I haven't actually stopped to reflect that much, because it is so fast-paced and it's difficult at times, but it is trying to remember to enjoy it as you go, because we get so many great opportunities. I think one of my favourite times was seeing Freshers' Fair was, I think we had over 10,000 students or something just walking through the exhibition centre, and we know they were everywhere else as well. And seeing the passion in that and things like that is amazing.
And I suppose as a final question, because we're quite short on time, what do you want from your successor? What do you want from the next UC president?
I want someone that's open-minded and willing to just have a go and take a chance at anything. Try not to be afraid to fail, and also admit when you're wrong, but just to be ready to take what the world throws at you.
Brilliant. That's Samara. Thank you so much. And for one final time,